Hi, it's Sandra, and we've got my Manny by Me box for May. And I'm really excited about this one because it is a summer one with swimming pools. And I hate to say this, but I really got tired of the mosaic plates that Maniology had sent out for so long. And I really liked last month's Maniology, which was the storm one. So I was excited about this. I'm glad they're back to these kinds of themes. And let's take a look-see at this box. So as usual, we got this nice little box and we got this card. And this is interesting because if you look at this card is actually blue and white. And I don't think the nail polish the stamping polish that they provided with this box is actually blue and white. Usually this kind of matches the stamping polish, but not this time. So anyway, we've got the card that kind of tells you a little bit about summary of the box. And they're calling this watermelon float. So it's like I don't know if it's that color. That doesn't look like watermelon to me, but that's watermelon float, and this is splash. So we got a blue, and I don't know if that's red or brown or not sure. We'll have to take a look at it. And then we have a card that actually has a manicure suggestion on there, and actually how to do it with all the steps. So very nice. And if you don't know, this Manny by Me box is $25. And you get 2 stamping polishes, 2 plates, and you get a free gift. And the stamping plates are exclusive, so they don't sell these plates with all these images together in separately. So if you want these boxes and you know, if you like the images, you need to buy the box. So they do go away after a while. They do put them on their website, and sometimes they run out really quick, and sometimes they kind of linger around for a while. So it really depends on how everybody likes the plates that were in the box. Okay, so our free gift this time is actually a stamper. So you get a stamper and a scraper. And this is a glitter dome monocle stamper. So that's kind of cool. So we'll open that. I've got a ton of stampers, but you know, you can always take one more. So we've got 2 plates. Let's look at these. Oh, and here we've got an actual, forgot to go through this. Here's an actual card on how to stamp. So if you have any issues, and by the way, I wanted to tell everybody, and I did actually make a video on this, but I didn't end up posting it because I had too many issues. If you are having problems stamping with Maniology stampers, they had a great video on the fact that when these stampers are produced in manufacturing, they get oiled. And I have had several Maniology stampers that actually would not stamp, and I always thought it was me. And I even complained to Maniology when I first started stamping, and they're like, nope, it's you. So, I have new stampers that I set aside that I never use because I couldn't get them to stamp. So they actually had a video on, and they have it on their website. And what they say is it's due to the oils in the manufacturing process. So what they suggest you do is you take the stamper, you take the little gel out of the actual stamping, the plastic stamper, and you turn it the right side up on a piece of paper. And I'm talking plain piece of paper. I used copy paper. And you let it sit. And when you let it sit, you'll actually see a pool of oil that sits on your paper. And I'm going to tell you, it made the difference between night and day. As soon as I let them sit, probably for a couple hours, came back because I had to go somewhere, came back, and both 3 stampers I had that didn't worked like a charm. So if you're having any problems with stamping, I do not prime my stampers. I don't do anything, but usually when I get them, I'll lint roll them or use tape just so that they aren't dirty. But they should work right away. And if they don't, try the paper and getting the oil off of them. I think that will help. So anyway, sorry I had to go into that one. It was just that I thought that was really interesting because all this time, I kept hearing it was me. So anyway, there you go. Thanks, Maniology. Glad that you fessed up that it was actually the stamper and the manufacturing process. That saves a lot of us a lot of grief. So let's look at these plates. We got Maniology MXM 079. And I think these plates are adorable. Love them, love them, love them. And this one has, which I love, the beach balls. I mean, who doesn't like colored beach balls? So we've got some tiles for the pool. We've got some water here, reflective water, and some here. We've got beach balls, we've got umbrellas. And by the way, in Maniology's video, they said these were, or I'm sorry, this one and this one is actually pools. So if you didn't want to put a whole pool as your nail, you can use the little teeny ones. And we've got some summer fruit and clam and, you know, just floaties and some, oh, here's a ladder too. And then we've got some little towels here. This is really nice. I really like this plate. I love this summer plate. It's cool. All right, and we even got the double stamping where you can, you know, do the bottom one color and the top another. So I really like that. Very nice. This one is Maniology MXM 080, and this one is another very nice plate. I really like this one too, and I like it because, let's get this off. Because of the little floaties. I mean, who doesn't like little floaties? And they have this double stamp with these too. And they're very interesting. I like them. They've also got people that you can put on top of the floaties. And by the way, if you have not gone on Facebook and looked at some of Maniology Facebook page, people have gotten these plates already, like the day that they came out, practically like the 25th, and they already had gotten this box. They did the cutest manicures. One person had done, and I'm sorry, I don't remember any names. I didn't write it down. They'd done the entire, every five nails, and they used this plate, and they made it like a big pool, and they put on every single nail somebody floating in a floaty. They must have taken forever to do it, and it really was really, really cute. They did a great job. So I'm going to recreate that. Thanks for the idea, whoever you are. You did a great job. And at least do one nail like that. I thought that was really a great job. So those are the two plates, and let's look at, well, let's look at the free gift. I mean, let's give this a whirl and see what it looks like. So this says that it is a glitter monocle stamper. So I don't think I've ever seen, well, I prefer, honestly, I really prefer the ice cube stamper. But for the bigger images, I think the monocle stamper is nice. But I really do prefer the ice cube stamper. So let's look at this. Ugh. All right. Let's get this out of here. My goodness. They pack this. They pack it good. Okay, so we finally got it out of there. And let's look at these. So this is your little scraper. Very cute. And this kind of does look like a brown. So I'm interested in seeing what it actually looks like. So let's open this up. Keep the little bag here. Look at that. Very, very nice. So you've got the design that was on the card, as usual. And look at all the glitz. Now, who doesn't like glitz? Anybody that does nails has to like glitz. Very nice. Very, very, very nice little stamper. So I'm going to put that back in the little bag here because I've got enough new stampers out. And like I said, if you go to use this and it doesn't work, try the paper trick. It's a very good trick. I like it. It's, like I said, thanks Maniology. So we'll put that aside. So now let's go into the polish. Scoot this out a little bit so that we can see better. All right. So I already told you what the colors were. Oh, it's like a peach color. Oh, and this is a shimmer color, which is really surprising. This one is a cream, and this one is like a shimmer. I don't know what they call that. But this, again, is Splash. And this, again, is Watermelon Float. So, I don't know if I have any. I don't think I have any stamping polish by Maniology that's this like peachy color. So that's kind of cool. Got something different. So let's do the tops of these and see how they look. Oh, we got to do the beach balls. Definitely got to do the beach balls. So let me pull this down so you can see it really well. And let me get my stamper. Ice cube stampers. Love the ice cube stampers. Those are my favorite. My favorite. And by the way, in case you didn't know this, which I did not know, Maniology also has scrapers that are full size. Now these are considered they're small scrapers, and I don't know if you'd call that half the size, or I'd probably call it half the size. And the full size scrapers, which I ordered because I wanted to see how they worked, are, let's see if they're twice as big. This scraper, I haven't even broken into these yet. So let's look at this scraper. Wow, that is a huge scraper. So if you're used to getting scrapers from other companies that are huge like this, and you want some, Maniology does offer these. So this almost looks more than half. This is more than half this size. So I think that's really cute. You know what, I'm gonna try using this one this time. So let's do that. So let me get some. Let me put this underneath here, and let's try the blue first. We're gonna do these beach balls. See what they look like. Oh yeah, it's a light blue. So scraper. I really like that big scraper. And there it is. Let's see if I can get it to look a little better. Not in love with the blue. I mean, the blue is okay. Let's see if we can get the stamp after I blab through the whole thing. The blue is okay, and of course I couldn't. But it is light. So it's not a deep dark blue, it's a light blue. So when it stamps. So let's take this off and let's do it again because obviously I did not do a good job. I was blabbing too much. I always blab too much and miss it. So let's take that off. Let's do a full one with this. Let's do this one this time. Let's do one of these tiles. So let's do this. Let's do a tile. You can see how it goes on really, 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 really light. Then let's give her a scrape. Yep, I do like that. I really do like the bigger scraper. Let's put this right on. All right, so there is the blue. And like I said, it is light. It doesn't show up very well on the black. Let's move this out of the way so you can see this. Even though it's a light polish, it doesn't show up very well on the black. But it does show up nice on the white. But like I said, it is a shimmer. I don't know what they call these shimmers, like a pearly shimmer. I don't know what they call it. So anyway, there you go. There you have it. That's the blue. So let's see. Now this other color is a cream color. So let's see how that looks. Let's do a different one. Let's do a different plate. Let's do a full image here. So let's do this one with the bathing suits on there. I'll flip this over. And let's see if I can get my stamper clean. And shake this around a little bit. Now I'm going to stamp this quick because I'm going to quit blabbing and get this on the lid so I don't have to do it, more than once. So let's see, I'm gonna put this on. Like I said, this is not a brown, this is more of a peachy color. Let's take this, give it a scrape, pick it up, put it on. So there you go. That's actually a good color. That shows up on the black, as you can see, and it shows up on the white. It's a pretty color. I had my doubts about it, but it is a pretty color. Now, obviously, it looks better on the white than it does the black, but it still shows up. So I still like it. Very nice. Okay, so those are your two colors. And there's the box. I really, really like it. I really, really like, this is honestly the first time you see me open that I've ever used this big scraper, and I love it. It's nice. I may not ever go to the small ones anymore. So anyway, there you go. There's what's in the box. And if I didn't say this, I can't remember if I said this or not, but the Manny by Me box is $25, and that is including shipping. And you get all those goodies. You get the 2 exclusive plates, you get the stamping polish, and you get a free gift. So that is a good deal, I think, for this product. And then they also, if you got more than enough stamping polish and you just want the plates and the free gift, you can get the express kit, which is $18, and that includes the shipping and everything as well. So there you have it. I am going to give myself a manicure here and come back with the end result. In fact, you know what? I'm going to actually I'll do it on camera. Okay, so let's do this pool bottom thing and see how this works out. So I painted my nails light blue, and you know, I can tell you that when I actually do my nails, you know, I look at different colors, and I put it on, take it off, and I mess around with these a lot when I want to do these scenes or something that's cool on these Maniology plates. So I just painted everything blue just for simplicity. And I'm gonna try and do this pool bottom on here. And you know, it always comes down with all of this stuff. This could be difficult without, let's see. All of this stuff, it always comes down to color. So getting stuff to show up so that and I really, really, really like contrast. So it's very hard to pick colors without trying them out, because if you go too dark and you can't see it, then obviously, you know, that's not going to work. So what I did was I just have this really light blue, and it's Sally Hansen Extreme Wear, and that's what the base coat is. And I'm actually using the blue from the Manny by Me box. So I want to see how this is going to work. So I put that on, and then what I want to do next is I'm going to do the outline with the right here and of the tiles, and I'm going to use this color and see how this works, which is going to make the whole thing kind of dark. So which means that stuff that I put on here is going to have to be kind of light. So I scrape that. Okay, so there's that. Oh, it's hard to see. And then I'm going to try to match this up as good as possible with the little tiles. Pick a tile and match it. Okay, so there we go. There's our pool floor. Now what I'm going to do, and you know, the design that I seen on Facebook, Maniology Facebook, the person had done all 5 nails with this, like the little pool bottom, and then she had all the people floating on inner tubes. And I did not pay attention to what color she used, which is something that I really should have paid attention to, because she really did a great job. Kudos to her. She did a great, great, great job. So now I'm going to do one of these for the little, you know, reflections of the water. So put that on there. Oh, let's see. I did not clean off my stamper, which has been something I've been doing lately. Scrape that. And I'm going to put these little reflections in here, like, you know, for a pool. So there you go. So there is my little pool scene. The water. And I don't think this turned out as nice as the person who did it on the Facebook page. But let me clean this up a little bit. Now, what to stick in the pool? I was looking at the people on the floaties, and the person on the Facebook, Maniology Facebook, did a great job. And I thought, I can do that. Well, if you look at the people floating on these little inner tubes, they are teeny, tiny, teeny, tiny, teeny. And although that usually would not frighten me off, I don't feel like doing that now. So what I did was I actually did a little rubber duck because he's a little bigger of a pitcher. And I'm going to stick him in the center of the pool because, you know, he's swimming around in the pool. What can I say? No people in this pool, just a rubber duck. Okay. So there you go. There's my little pool with my rubber ducky in there. I think that turned out really good. Now, the question is, do I do all the nails with the little pool on there? And I do like the little pools. I think that if I could do like a beach scene, but I really don't want to do a beach scene because then it'll be like tropical beaches. So I'd rather keep to doing the pool stuff. So let's do at least another one of these and see what else we could put on there. What I'm thinking is some of these floaties without people on them. So let's do this again. So let's take this. Let's use this for here. Okay. And let's put it on this one right here. I'm going to flip this over because it didn't turn out too good on that side. Put this on. Move this. And let's clean off the stamper. And I do like these double stamped images so that way you don't have to do all this reverse stamping. Okay, so I'm going to just line this up with one of the little squares. Let's see if I can't see very well. Okay. So there you go. There again is the pool bottom. And then let's do a couple of the floaties. And I won't have to reverse stamp them because they are the 2-layered. So let's clean this up. Really like this clam too, but I don't want it to be like a sandy beach. I want it to be more of a pool thing. So let's do one of these. Now, because of these colors, and I did not line that up very well, but because of these colors, let's do the white. the thing that I'm going to put on top is going to have to be somewhat light. So I'm going to use the orange that came, or the salmon color that came in the box. So, do I have a stamper for that? Yes, I do, but I did not clean this one off. Probably going to, oh, there it is. Okay. Let's see if I can still get it off of there. Yep, it's fine. Okay, so now I'm going to put this white on there. Forgot all about the white. Okay. And then let's see. So I did make some beach balls. I did double stamp or reverse stamp beach balls. So I could put that on there, and I think that would be cute. Or let's see how we'll do the beach balls on a different one. And here's the beach balls that I did. Let's see, move this stuff out of the way. It's hard to see. There you go. Okay, so let's get this clean. And let's see how these double stamped rings are. So I'm going to use, I think I'll use this one. This actually looks like a donut. And I think what I'll do is I will do the solid color. I'll do this peachy. Hopefully this will show up on my nail. Use my little stamper here. And we will look at this and see if it lines up. Yeah, I mean, I think you can see it pretty good. So let's do this. Put this at the bottom of the pool here. And it is kind of hard to see. So I'm going to actually double stamp this. Same thing. So that way it's a little bit of a thicker coat. Try it again. All right, hopefully this will show up better. Okay, so it shows up a little better. Now I'm going to do the other part of this. And I'm going to do that in what color? So I'm thinking white. I don't know if that will interfere with the white in here, but let's try this in white. Or you know what? Let's try it in yellow. Let's see if how yellow shows up on this. All right, here's my yellow. I don't know if this is going to show up well on here. Let's do it and see how it looks. Let's put this on. Oh, wrong thing. Let's do this. Let's hold it up there and see how it looks. All right, so I've already got a little yellow duck there. Yeah, that does not show up very well. So let's just do it white. Into the outline in white. Or we could do it in black. Black would show up. Let's see, black. Let's do it in black. And there it is in black. See how that looks? Yeah, that shows up well. So I'm going to stamp this on here. so there is the little floaty in the pool. I'm going to clean this up. Definitely like the little duck. I think he's really cute. Okay, so there we go. So we got a duck and we got a little floaty. So let's do another one. And I do have some beach balls. So I'm going to do that on here. And beach balls. This time, let's do this one at the bottom. How we do this? I think let's do the same. Let's do this again. And then we're going to use this one as the top reflections. So let's do this. Make sure I have a, I do right here, stamper here. Okay, put that on this one. Okay, and normally when I do my nails, I do not do them well, sometimes I do them one at a time, but this one I just did one at a time because I really don't know what I want to do on them. Okay, so that. Then let's do this. And this shimmer is kind of, it's really nice with for a pool. I think it worked out. The colors that the blue that they picked for this is really nice. Now I don't have enough light in here, so I'm having a hard time actually seeing where this should go. So I'm just gonna do the best I can. Cannot line up any of them. All right, and it doesn't have to be exact, obviously. Okay, so there's that. And then let's do the beach balls on here. So where are my beach balls? Beach balls are here. Let's put some beach balls on here. Oh, okay, so it's not sticking. I waited too long. So what I'm going to do is use some Maniology top coat, the no smear top coat here. Trying to do just a thin coat of that. And let that dry a little bit. While that's drying, I'll clean this up. That's the Maniology Smudge Free Top Coat that I used. Blow on that a little bit, because if it's wet, it's just going to be smeared all over. Oh, I forgot my... Let's do the white on here. I knew I was missing something. Let's try the other white. This for our reflection up here. Let's try this. Try this one. Okay. Put this up here. And let us do the beach balls. There. Okay, so that turned out really good too. So we didn't have people in the pool, but we've got a whole lot of toys in there. And really, what's swimming without all these fun things to swim with? Okay, so there's 3 of them. Turn it this way. And I really like them. I think they are really nice. And let's do, we got the pinky and we got my thumb. So let's do, what can we do on my pinky? All right, so I don't know if I want to do another, we should do another pool. Or how about just some white? Let's do just some white on top. Let's do the white on top of the blue. Or let's do this on top of the blue. Let's do this one right here. Let's use the blue that they gave us with this. Let's put this on. Okay. Since we did that, let's also put some white on there. Do this one. And then we'll do this one with the white. Let's see what this looks like. Let's try this one, white. Okay. And what are we going to put on this one? Let's do another floaty, or we could do but if we do a little umbrella, let's do an umbrella. So the pool, let's do a corner umbrella. That's going to be cool. So let me get this off here. let's do this side umbrella right here. So what color are we going to do that? So let's do it with, I don't know. What color should we do the umbrella with? So this is pretty light, so we could go a little bit darker with this one. Let's try purple. Let's give purple a chance. Give it a chance. Give purple a chance. Okay. Use my little stamper for this one. All right. All right, so I'm going to put this in the corner of my nail, hopefully with any luck at all. Okay, so there's the little umbrella. And I'm going to use white on the top. So let's do the white. I don't have any stamper that's clean again. Oh, I don't like that one. It's kind of cloudy. Let's see. Here's my little one. Use my little one. Okay. Let's do the little one again. Just taking off the stuff I don't want on there. All right, so let's put this on. I'm not sure which way this goes on. I thought this actually went with that. But now that I'm looking at it, maybe it goes this way. Okay, it goes this way. So, put it on this way. Okay, so the white, it doesn't show up very well because of the white that's on there. So let's do that even in a different color. Let's see what other color would look good on that. So we've got, let's try a pink umbrella. That'd be pretty. Pink. Okay. Take off the excess pink here. All right, wrong way as usual. Okay, so that turned out better. So I'm clean this up. Okay, so there's my 4 nails right there. Little umbrella, a little ducky, a little raft here, and my little beach balls. And then let's do something for the thumb. Now, if I were going to do something for this thumb, it would probably be one of these pictures, because I think the pictures are really cute. Now, the pictures actually require some reverse stamping, and I'm just not going to do that. So let's see what we can, I got goo all over this thing too. All right, so let's do this one right here with the pool. And we're going to do this in, might as well do it in, think I want to do it in black. We could do it in the color it came with. And usually when I do these, I try not to use other colors. Try to do it with just the stuff that's in the box. And this time, I just thought we needed to have other colors. So, let's see what this looks like. Yeah, it's too light. So let me do the darker blue. Too light. As usual, I got quite the mess going here. My working space always gets smaller and smaller and smaller because I keep making, just piling more stuff on and making my area bigger and bigger and bigger. So let's do this. Oh, gosh. So I dropped the stamper with the image on it. And of course, the stamper went, let's see it? Let's see if it came, it's okay. It's actually okay, so it went the right way. So let's take off some of this. I don't want all this stuff on here. So I'm going to take off the little flower. Okay, so I put the little snapshot on my thumb. And I am all done. And here is the finished product of Manny by Me little pool plates. And I think they're very cute. So thanks for watching the video. Give me a thumbs up if you like this video. Sorry it was so long, but it took me a while to do this. Thanks for watching.